What's up, everybody? We are back. John Delarose here. Delarose.com. That's DELARROZ.com. You can head to the newsletter in my description below. Get a science fiction novel from me and a graphic novel, superhero, from me. Lots of good content for free. I love my newsletter subscribers. Thank you very much for signing up. And it helps you get in on new releases from me. And also, I send out a weekly sort of digest of all the videos that we put out, which makes it easy to find these when YouTube doesn't always show them all the time. I always like to say that I pride myself on covering some stuff that people don't often cover on this channel, and this is a Euro comic, and I'm on a big Euro comic kick right now. I just found this rabbit hole and have been just eating all these up, all the nice hardcover Euro comics I can find, because they are awesome. I wish I had discovered all this stuff earlier, is the only thing here. Now, this is Valerian, the complete collection. There are 7 volumes of this series right now, as you can see right here. And this comes out from Cinebook. They're like a British company, and they translate these Euro comics from French or whatever for people. And beautiful presentation. I love this nice hardcover. Very happy with this. I'm going to get the whole series after this. Books 6 and 7 look like they're out of print right now in America, but I actually emailed them earlier this week, and they will be doing a print run in April. So these should be coming back into print the next couple months, so people can get this whole series, no problem. Now, Valerian is one of the most famous French comics out there because it was taken by a Jean-Claude Mézières as a director, who was a big fan of it, and he decided to make a movie out of it. Now, the movie was a disappointment to fans of this, as I recall. People didn't really like it. I really enjoyed the movie. I'd never read the comic, so I couldn't compare it to it on that level. But there's a whole interview with him in here just gushing about this comic book. And then we get an intro to the comic book itself and how all of this came about. Very nice presentation, as I said. Just awesome stuff. Now, these were originally published in different magazines and all that. And they also show you that historical bit. You get 4 stories in this one. Starts with the Bad Dreams. And the second story, it's really 3 stories, and there's one that's broken down into 2 parts. So you'll notice that Euro comics are a little wider than American comics, for one thing. But it starts out pretty interesting. Now, I was a little jarred by this because I just came off of a pretty realistic Euro comic I was reading, and I was kind of expecting more of that tone. And you get a really interesting cartoony look here that's very different style-wise than anything you see in America. You can kind of see like the kind of elongated face. It's not really anime eyes, it's just the eyes are very different also. So a little jarring at first, and of course the coloration from these 60s comics is very kind of on the bizarre side, and very different than you get in a lot of American comics also. Now, I guess they wrote these first 3 stories interestingly. Like the first one, and this comes from the intro, kind of takes place in the past. They go the distant past. They go back into like 1000 AD, which is very weird for a sci-fi comic. I guess they're more of time travelers than they are space travelers, but that changes. And Valerian is this guy. He's like a secret agent. All of Earth basically is in a spot where they're all like leisurely now because all the robots do the work at this point, but they're trying to protect their little society. Now, once I got used to the art style, I really love it. It's so detailed in different ways, and it's so unique, and the settings they set are just so beautiful. I'm really a huge fan of this. Like I said, it took a little adjusting of my perspective to get into it for a sec, but look at this castle drawing. Oh my gosh. So they're back in time, and there's a guy going back in time named Zomble, who is trying to reset time and become Emperor of Humanity. Ha 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 ha. And so Valerian's off to stop him. Now he meets this redhead gal. Her name is Laureline, and she is from the past. And he just works with her to stop this guy in his first story and brings her back to the future. And that's it. Very simple storyline. There's twists and turns in here and some cool little creatures that happen to things in this element, but that's the basis of this first story. Very cool. On the second one, they go back to 1986, which I guess is the near future for when this was written. It's kind of the past for us, kind of interesting sort of thing. Now, in their world, yeah, there's a big catastrophe that happens in the 80s, and it sort of sets things into motion for like a post-apocalypse that goes until the 2300s. Very cool future history, which I really enjoy here. Now, New York is kind of underwater, and they're navigating this sort of thing. They run into some pirates, and this Zombol guy has gone back in time to this period also to try to restart his empire. And he's built some robots, and he's collapsing all of this society in New York and making it even worse. And then they travel west to try to go find him at this point, which is the second part of this second story, Earth in Flames. Now, they set off some weird meteorological things. They need some scientists back here. And the art really picks up in here. Like, the first one's okay, but you can tell, like, they're really getting settled into the style by this point, which works out really well. And get a little Western love in here, which is kind of how the Euros think of America, I think. And they end up in a bunker as these like giant explosions go off, and they of course capture the well, I guess he gets looks like he gets exploded as he tries to head off, and they head back to the future again. Very cool looking space station here, and a very nice resolution. Now, this is the Empire of 1,000 Planets is really a departure in the storyline here, and it changes. So they're actually going out and investigating this other empire that Earth has had no contact with before. So no more Zombol. They have a new storyline starting, and it starts with a beautiful sort of a setting set here. And this is the best story out of the three, in my opinion. I really enjoyed this here. Now, they investigate this, and they get captured, and it turns out these people are aware of Earth as it goes. They end up in some sort of ice planet chamber in the middle of this. Some cool fauna and beasts through here as they explore this planet. And there's some twists involved in this as well once they get back. They end up with this rebellion. Gosh, I love the art through here. So pretty. And they end up having to go to another planet to fight with this rebellion. And they find out that there really are these... I guess they're called like medical somethings, but they have a fleet versus that medical something fleet, and it turns out that people have been interfering with their affairs this entire time. There was this like spaceship that took off a long time ago from Earth, and they were like one of those like generation ships. And when they settled upon this empire, they decided to kind of like direct it and all that, and Valerian and company stop them, and then they have a good day and go back home. So, very neat stuff. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful art. Oh my gosh. As I said, I love this. This is some of my favorite reading I've done. I've heard this series only gets better. Very excited to dive into this a little bit more. So this is a 9 out of 10. And definitely a good spot. They're finding their footing, but, you know, if this is the level that they're finding their footing for the story, I can't wait for more. Beautiful hardcover presentation. I really would like some more books like this. Hopefully Cinebook will do more for different series. They have a lot of floppies, and I don't want to buy floppies. I want hardcovers. All right. Hit that like and subscribe button. We'll talk to you guys soon.